Hello and welcome. This is the first chapter, that is development, from the economics class 10th book. And in this part we are going to study development and its meaning, characteristics of development, income and other goals, and comparing different countries. So let's begin. Development. Development means progress, improvement and economic betterment compared to our previous state of being, means our previous situations and conditions. But according to the book, we can also say that the persons have desires and aspirations, and if these desires and aspirations are fulfilled, then it is also called development. But so many people and so many views of notions of ideas of development and so different goals. And if we want different people about their ideas of national development, then they will differ in their opinions about the notions of national development. So every person wants development, but different people can have different opinions, ideas and notions of development, and since the individual goals are different, so they will have different ideas of national development also. So let us pick up the first topic, characteristics of development. So let us study some principles and characteristics and features of development. First, different people can have different developmental goals. Development does not have same meaning to all. And what is the reason? The reason is that because of their different situations, desires and aspirations. How can you say that if in a locality 50 people live and they can have the same situations, same desires, same aspirations? No, not possible. For example, a farmer who is dependent on rain, so what would be his goal of development? He would aspire for better irrigation facilities. If irrigation facilities are made available, then his dependence on rain would reduce. But if there is an unemployed youth, what would be his goal? Would his goal be same? That is irrigation facilities? No. His goal would be to get employment of his own choice. If he gets employment of his choice, he would be happy. Again, a girl, since it is a stereotype thinking that we discriminate between girls and boys, girl child and boy child, and if a girl lives in a gender based family, then she will desire for more freedom and gender equality. And this point generates another point. If different people have different goals, then their goals can be conflicting also. So next point, people can have conflicting goals. That is, development of one may not be the development of the other. Means what we consider development for us may be very dangerous, destructive and detrimental to the other. We can take examples. An industrialist would prefer building of dams for regular supply of electricity for industries because industries are run by electricity. But this goal can conflict with the goals of the people who will be displaced, because when dams are built, so a lot of people are displaced. They have to leave the place and lot of land is submerged into water, and mostly tribal people suffer. So they will not like the dam to be built, or they will ask for different options that does not affect their life, because building of dam will affect and disrupt their lives. So here the goals are conflicting, the goals of industrialist and the goals of the tribal people. Similarly, a girl would want to desire for same freedom as a brother. It means due to gender bias, the girl is not able to feel that she has the same freedom as her brother enjoys. And since she has to work in kitchen, so she would also like to see that his brother works in kitchen also. So where is the conflict? The conflict lies that this goal of gender equality may not be liked by her brother. He may say, you are a girl, just keep in your limits, don't try to behave like boys. We are the boys, we have the freedom, we can go outside, we can play. So this kind of things would make the girl desire for more freedom and more gender equality. Another example, a laborer would desire for more wages and less working hours. It is sure that if laborer is employed, so he would try to get more wages with less work. But what would be the goal of an employer? He would like to pay less and want more hours of works from the same laborer. So the goal is conflicting. The laborer wants more wages and less working hours, and the employer wants to give less wages and more working hours. So the goals of people can conflict. Now, another important feature of development is that people don't only want income. People look at mix of goals. That is, there are other goals other than income. Better wages and more income are common goals. No doubt that people want more income. If a laborer wage earner, then he or she will want more wages. But money and material goods, means those goods which can be bought with the help of money, are not all that we need to live well or lead a quality life. Because besides income, people seek or want other non-material things that are needed to live well, to lead a quality life, a happy life. For example, freedom, equal treatment, safety, respect for others, better working conditions, non-discriminatory atmosphere are also important goals of life other than the goal of more income. We can add some more items here, non-material things like better opportunities to learn, better education and health facilities, etc. People look on these things also other than the income. For example, our parents, friends, relatives, co-staff, and yes, our country also. We don't estimate our relationship with these in terms of money. They are more than money for us. They mean a lot to us. We consider them important than the desire for more income. In a class you are sitting, your bench partner is your best friend, but due to reshuffling or changing of sections, your friend is sent to another section, you are separated. How do you feel? That feeling shows your relationship with your friend, which is not based on income, which is not based on money. Now, since different people have different goals, goals can be conflicting, and people look at mix of goals, that is other things other than the income. And when it comes to nation, that is people can have different as well conflicting notions of national development also. Since people have different individual goals, and so they can have different ideas, different opinions and notions of national development. If a satellite is launched, the people can raise questions. Why do we need satellites? India is a poverty-ridden country. We should invest the money invested in satellite building on poverty alleviation programs. But many people will say that different schemes are running for poverty alleviation and for the all-round development of the country. We have to look these programs also. Now, different people can have different notions of development. So what can be the path that the government should adopt? That is difficult to decide which opinions are right and need to be followed. In this situation, it is better way to adopt the path which should be benefiting the maximum people and harming the least. Now, how can we compare countries? These goals are related to individual goals. That is, these are individual developmental goals. But when we have to compare countries, how can we do that? So, next topic, comparing of countries. We can take income of the countries as a tool to measure their development, but total income can be misleading criterion because countries differ by size and population. So what can be the solution? The solution can be average income, which can be used as a criterion to classify countries as developed or less developed. For example, if a country A is bigger with 100 people and each people earning 4 rupees, so it amounts to 400. So total income of the country is 400 and average income is rupees 4. Now there is a B country with only 50 people living and each people earn 6 rupees. So total income would be 300. If we see the income as a criterion, so this country is rich. But do you see person is earning only 4 rupees? Here a person is earning 6 rupees. The average income of a person is 6 rupees. The average income of a person is 4 rupees. So where the people are more wealthier, the people of this country, though the total income is less. So total income criterion is not a good measure of development of any country. Average income can be used. Now we have to study World Bank report. World Bank takes into account per capita income. Per capita income is the same as average income to prepare its annual report to classify countries. So World Bank prepares annually a report to rank the countries and it takes into account only per capita income. Now per capita income is got by dividing the total income of the country by its total population. So you have to keep the total income above and divide it by the total population. So whatever figure we get would be the per capita income. In year 2017, if a country is having a per capita income $12,056 per annum, then the country is called rich, and its opposite, if it is only $955 per annum per capita income or less, then it is low income country. Now what is the India's position? It is 1820, which lies between these two figures, this figure and this figure. So India is included in middle income country groups according to the data of 2017. But again the question arises in your mind, is average income a good measure of development? No, but the income or wealth is an inadequate measure of development, because there are other factors like education, health, which affect the human development. So next topic, Human Development Report, that is HDR. This report is produced annually by United Nations Development Programs, that is UNDP. Now it is an UNO agency. UNO is an umbrella organization, and many agencies of its run different programs. So HDR is prepared by UNDP annually. This criteria, so basic difference between World Bank report and Human Development Report is that it is prepared by World Bank, it is prepared by UNDP. Now here income as criterion is used. Now here the criteria are more than per capita income. First, per capita income is included because it shows the economic wealth of a country. Next, life expectancy, that is health standard of the people. It shows the availability of medical and health facilities like doctors, hospitals, medicines, etc. Japan and Hong Kong lead the life expectancy index, and it is also rightly said that a sound mind resides in a healthy body. Life expectancy means if a person is born to a country, then how many years he or she is expected to live. That shows the life expectancy. Now literacy rate, which shows the education standard of the people in the country. It shows the availability of schools, teachers and other educational institutions which are available to the citizens. It is also said that knowledge is power, and this power is needed for intellectual wealth of a country. Now here is monetary wealth, now here health, and here intellectual wealth. So Human Development Report takes into consideration these three parameters, criteria, to develop a report which is more comprehensive compared to the World Bank report. HDR removes the shortcomings of the World Bank. Whatever shortcomings were there in the World Bank report, that is prepared on the basis of only one criterion, that is income. So this HDR, that is Human Development Report removes the shortcomings because it takes into account education and health status of the people of the country. So it gives better measurement of the development status of a country. And Human Development Report also ranks the countries. The index which shows the rank of the countries is called HDI, means Human Development Index. So our next topic, Human Development Index. HDI is a part of HDR, and it ranks the countries on the basis of their achievements in socio-economic fields. So we don't have to spend much time on understanding this because it is prepared on the same criteria, because it is a part of UNDP, that is health, life expectancy at birth, education, that is expected years of schooling and net enrollment ratio, etc., and per capita income, which shows the standard of living. Because with the help of money, people can buy materialistic things like house, land, property, etc. But to live happily, education and health is also important. Now, body mass index. It shows the nourishment level of adults. Children are not included because they are still growing. So they will have different body mass index at different times. But for adults, BMI index can be same. It is calculated by dividing weight in kg by the square of the height. So we can find out the body mass index by keeping weight in kg and dividing it by height and its square in meter. So whatever figure will come will be the body mass index. Body mass index has categories. So let us see which are the categories. If it is below 18.5 score, then the person is undernourished. 18.5 to 25 normal weight, 25 to 30 overweight, and if it is above 30, then the person is obese, suffering from obesity. So in this part we have studied the development, its meaning, its features, two types of reports, HDI and body mass index. So this lesson part related to the chapter development ends here, and we hope the videos are helpful to you. Thank you for watching the video tutorial. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye, take care.